Hello, my name is Taylor. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a subscriber pick video. And if you're new here, I love to ask my subscribers for their input. And so I asked a couple of days ago what video I should post next, and this one won. And it is a reaction video to a haul video I did. So a little bit of context here. This is the second video I ever posted. It was one of two that I filmed for the in one go. It was in one sitting. I put a hat on in this one to make me look different. But I also did another reaction video to the other video, which was the first video I ever posted. I hope that makes sense, but if you have not seen my other reaction video, I'll have it linked in the description box so you can go check it out. But to this day, this video is still my #1 viewed video, probably because it's a haul. Amazon likes to push haul videos more than any other bookish content video, so that's probably why. Also, it is a very large haul, which you don't typically see this many books in a haul video. So I did 50 Christian books. So I started watching this a little bit, but I have not seen the whole thing. But I do kind of explain all of that in the beginning. So here we go. Let me get this screen recorder going. Hey everyone, my name's Taylor. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to share with you a book haul today, and I have quite a few to share with you. I think I counted 50 books in all, if I counted correctly. I know that sounds like a lot. I definitely did not purchase all of them at the same time. But I am a new Christian, and I felt really convicted about some of the books that I had been reading and what was on my bookshelves. So I did a whole purge, and there were not many books left over. So I've been trying to rebuild my book collection with Christian books. And so I wanted to share with you what I have gotten thus far. I'm going to separate them by where I got them. There's just too many to kind of go into the summary, so I thought it'd be really fun to show you how I found them. Without further ado, I'm so excited to share with you what I got. Let's go. Alright, so I'm starting with the biggest section first, and I went to Mr. K's, and if you've never heard of them, they are a used bookstore, and they accept trade credits. If you bring in books and you get to trade them, they give you trade credits. So the majority of them I got for free, but I got a lot. The first one I got was Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers, and I've really been wanting that. I've seen the movie and I really liked it, so I really wanted to read the book. And they had, I've usually seen her in red, but for some reason in this edition she's in a silver dress. I don't know, but it's what's on the inside that counts, right? Oh my goodness. Anyways, no, I do not, double check, I do not own that book anymore. I unhauled it. I've never read it either. I actually had 2 copies. One of the other ones I got was from my Mima, and so I got rid of both of them because at the time we were moving up to Indiana, and I was not sure if Francine Rivers was going to be right for me, so I got rid of this book because this one is probably one of the ones that is more content heavy. I don't know if I would be brave enough to still read it today, but I have read some Francine Rivers books since, so I'm a little bit more open to it, but it deals with a topic that I'm kind of sensitive to, so we'll see. But yeah, I don't own this book anymore. So weird. I got Fault Lines by T. Buckham Jr. And if I say anything completely wrong, which I probably will, I really am not good at pronouncing people's names, so I'm sorry. I think this book was actually the most expensive out of all of them that I got from Mr. K's. It was $12.50. And I got another friend. That's a lot for a used book. Anyways, I do still own that one. The nonfiction book I just shared, have not read it yet. And this one I'm about to show, I no longer own either. It went through the purge to get up to Indiana, so I have not read And the Shofar Blue or currently own it. Francine Rivers books, like one of the staple authors that I had to get was Francine Rivers, and I think I have 3 so far. This is And the Shofar Blue. I got a Jamie Jo Wright book, On the Cliffs of Foxglove Manor. I can't talk. I have read this one, so yay, one check mark. I've read one book out of this haul so far. I didn't love it. I think I rated it like 3 stars. I got a Lynn Austen book, Where We Belong. I'm going a lot faster than I thought I would. Okay, so I do still own When We Belong. I have not read it yet, but Lynn Austen is a favorite author, and I do intend to read it next year. And another Lynn Austen book, Waves of Mercy, and I just finished reading this one while I was at the beach last week. Wow, it was like forever ago, but I had to read a beach book at the beach, and I really, really liked it. I rated it 4.5, so I liked it. Yes, I just said I read it. I do still own it. It's one of my favorite books, and I later on read the second book. Love that duology. And I got 2 of the If I Run series, the first one and the second one, If I Run and If I'm Found by Terri Blackstock, and I've been hearing such good things about this one, so I was really excited to find these 2. I have read those 2 books. I've read the entire trilogy. I have since unhauled them because I don't foresee myself rereading them anytime soon, and they're such a popular Christian series that I could probably easily get it from the library. So I no longer own them, but I have read those. They were $5 each. Didn't pay that though. I got another Terri Blackstock book, Aftermath. That one I have read as well. I gave it 2 stars, did not like that one, and obviously I no longer own it. I got Eve by W.M. Paul Young. It's the same author as The Shack, and I know that book has really polarizing feelings around it, so I wanted to start off with this one and see if I like the author's writing. I got a biblical fiction. Okay, I have not read that book, Eve, or The Centurion's Wife, which I'm about to say. And I no longer own either of those. They just didn't hold my attention enough to make it up to Indiana, so those were a no-go. Book, The Centurion's Wife by Davis Bunn and Janette Oak. I got another Janette Oak book, one called The Heart, and I know this is the Hallmark Channel movie edition. I have not seen it, but I don't know how close it is to the book. If anybody knows, let me know. I have not read When Calls the Heart. I have read When Love Comes Softly. Those 2 series names trip me up. They're kind of similar in memory. But anyways, I have read Love Comes Softly. I don't know if it's in this haul, but I don't know if I like Janette Oak's writing, so I unhauled that one. Again, it's a popular Christian fiction series, so I figured I could easily get a hold of it through the library. Did not make it up to Indiana. Oh, and then I'm about to talk about Boo by Renee Gutteridge. I still own that one. I am still interested in trying it out, and it is actually set in Indiana, which is fun. Boo by Renee Gutteridge. Got it that time. A Girl's Guide to the Outback by Jessica Kate. I did not read this one, nor do I still own it, because I figured it probably would not be a book for me. It's contemporary romance, so it didn't make the cut either up to Indiana. I just love covers like that, like they're all cartoony and cute. Aww. Another really pretty cover by Tessa Afshar, Daughter of Rome, Wooing Cadie Okay, Daughter of Rome, I have not read, but I do still own it. It's up there. Wait a minute, I moved my shelves around. I don't know where anything is now. I think it's down here. But yes, I do still own it. Do have plans to read it. I'm trying to get to the point in the Bible where I can read it at the same time. I'm probably going to read it potentially next year, but soon-ish I'm going to read it. And then Wooing Cadie McCaffrey, which I'm holding now. I did read it. I probably would not like it now. It's in my previous reaction video I did, so I have a whole spiel about this book, but yeah, I no longer own it. McCaffrey by Bethany Turner, and I have read this one and I rated it 4 stars. In the Shadow of Croft Towers by Abigail Wilson, I rated it 3 stars. The last book I got, okay, I no longer own In the Shadow of Croft Towers, Sweet on You, which I'm talking about now. I did read it and I no longer own it either. Mr. K's was Sweet on You. It's the 3rd book in the Bradford sisters romance. So I think out of all of that, I think I spent maybe $5 on all of those, like out of my own cash money. So I think I did pretty good. I also got this book from Sam's Club, and I just recently became a member with Sam's Club, and they have
for 4 years now.
Christian books in there, if you didn't know. And this one, His Needs, Her Needs, Making Romantic Love Last by Willard F. Harley Jr. It was $15, which I thought was pretty good for a brand new hardback. But this book I heard about through a podcast that I really enjoy, which is the Journeywomen podcast with Hunter Beadless. And one of her hosts, that was the topic that they were talking about, was marriage, and they really recommended this book. So I saw it and I was really excited, so I had to grab that. I did read that book. I personally did not like it at all. I think I rated it like 2 stars, obviously unhauled it. And I just wanted to comment on the comment that I made about Sam's Club having books. They do where I lived in South Carolina. They don't have them up here in Indiana, which is very sad, or at least where I'm at. I got another book from a used bookstore at the beach. I forget what it was called, but it was in Calabash, North Carolina. And it was really cute little bookstore. It was really small, and I think they basically go off of donations. So they have like newer books are $5, and then the rest were like $3, give or take, for fiction anyway. And I found this one on the $5 section. So The Beautiful Pretender, a medieval fairy tale by Melanie Dickerson. And I have read a few Melanie Dickerson books before I was a Christian, and so I'm excited to read her again. I remember I enjoyed them, but I'm excited to read them as a Christian now. So, and I love fairy tales. I do. That still stands true. You know me, I love fairy tales. But anyways, I did read that book. I liked it at the time. I unhauled it. It just wasn't an all-time favorite, so I don't own it anymore.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ew, he slobbered on it. So I also ordered a few books from Amazon. This is Shadow and Light by Tish Oxenreider. It's an Advent book. So if you didn't know, Advent is the season. I cannot talk today. Advent is the season leading up to Christmas. Around that time, I was really trying to learn how to read the Bible and was really curious about things, so I got this book to kind of help me prepare my heart and mind for Christmas, and it was really helpful to do that. It has, it explains what Advent is, and then it goes through the different weeks, and it has you light the candle. I didn't light the candle at the time, but it has a paragraph and then a section of scripture for you to read. It asks you a question, and then it also has a song that you can listen to and a piece of artwork you can look at that kind of goes along with the theme for that day. And I really just focused on the paragraph and scripture, but I'm not really much of an art person, and then it was usually when I read this, it was late at night and I didn't want to listen to music right before I went to sleep. But other than that, it was really helpful as a newbie Christian. Alright, I've got I still own Shadow and Light. I actually would like to revisit that one and see what I think of it now as a more experienced Christian, I guess, to see, that was at the very, very beginning of my walk when I wasn't even a Christian, and then now what I would think of it now, so I can give you more accurate thoughts on it. So I do still own it. And then the book I'm holding up now, Living the Christian Year. I think I still own this. Looking over at my reference bookshelf. I don't see it. Yes, I do. Okay, I see it. It's like, I'm pretty sure I still own this. I have intentions of actually, like, looking at this book. I do have another one that I got this last year. Recently. I got it recently. That the Daily Grace Co. came out with, like, it's like liturgical calendar or something. That one is a lot shorter than this one. This book that I'm holding right here is like a novel length. And so I started with that one. It's a lot prettier too. So I don't even know if I will need to keep this one. I don't know, but I need to actually finish the Daily Grace Co. one before I dive into this one.
The Christian Year, Time to Inhabit the Story of God by Bobby Croft. This is
A guide to the liturgical year, and it is how to live your year biblically. So instead of like following the calendar year, it follows like Advent, Christmas, Easter, you know, like goes through like the biblical celebration to get your heart in the right place for that time of year. And I'm really a very seasonal person, so when I heard about this book, I was really excited to pick it up. I have not read it yet, so maybe next year, next Advent, I'll be able to, because it's like, right now we're like over halfway through, so hopefully I'll read it this year in Advent. I got another book that I heard about through the Journey Women podcast, and this is Women of the Word, How to Study the Bible with Both Our Hearts and Our Minds by Jen Wilkin. And as a newbie Christian, I really need to learn how to read the Bible correctly because, for example, I thought the Bible was chronological from front to cover, front to back cover, cover to cover, and that is not the case. And so I just need all the happened. I don't know what. I guess that was a glitch with my camera when I was recording at the time. We're gonna roll with it. Yeah, I have not read this book, as tiny as that nonfiction book is. I still have not read it, but I do still own it. I have plans to read it because I think it would be very helpful to read. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Things I can get to help me digest the material better. So I have not gotten to this one yet, but I hopefully will soon. It's really tiny. So I got a book at the Hobby Lobby clearance section, which never happens to me. I can't find anything in the clearance section most of the time, but I had a good day that day because I found this and a couple other things as well. But I was really excited to find this one because I'd heard about The Purpose-Driven Life, What on Earth Am I Here For? The expanded edition, and it was $4.79 by Rick Warren. I participated.
Okay, so that Rick Warren book, I did not read it. I no longer own it. I've since heard some things about that author, so just to be on the safe side, I unhauled it a while ago. I'm holding up my Elijah study. I'm sure I'll talk about that in a second, but I do still own it. I theoretically would like to redo that study one day. I'm at a weird place with Bible studies that I've already done because I feel like I realistically probably won't go and redo them, so they're just kind of sitting on my shelf for no reason, but I can't like donate them because they're filled with my notes that are probably pretty personal, so we'll see. I'm kind of hanging on to it for right now, like on the event that I may choose to reread it or redo it when I get to that point in the Bible, but I currently still have it.
In a women's Bible study, and we did this one, Elijah, Faith and Fire by Priscilla Shire. Y'all, I cannot talk. It is a 7-session Bible study. It's about Elijah. If you didn't know, he asked God to rain down fire from the sky, and he's really, really bold in his faith. And it's kind of walking you through how you can be bold in your faith. How did this man how did he get to that point? So it kind of really helps you with that, and I'll show you real quick. It has a introductory page per week, and so it has a fill in the blank sheet. There's a video that goes along with it. Priscilla Shire walks you through like kind of like a mini sermon kind of thing, and you fill in the blanks as you go, and then, you know, just like any other workbook kind of thing. I really enjoyed that.
It is a good study.
Did a ton of
Would
notes.
recommend it.
But I got that through my church. A couple other things from my local Bible store. The one I went to was really awesome. They had tons of stuff on sale, surprisingly. You wouldn't think like a small business would, but they had tons of stuff on sale. They were really nice, and it felt really good to give my money to a small business owner that instead of a big company. I also got another Priscilla Shire Bible study book, another 7th edition one. This one is Discerning the Voice of God. I had been praying for God to show me how to listen to Him and not mistake it for myself, and lo and behold, I found this book.
Okay, it makes me sound so terrible, but I have not done that study yet. I do still own it. I do probably still need to learn something from that study, but yeah, I never did it, but I still own it. I could do it.
This big old book from the Bible store. It's not just a bookstore. It's the Bible store. Evidence that demands verdict: life-changing truth for a skeptical world, by Josh McDowell and Sean McDowell, and it won the Christian Book Award. Actually, I love apologetics. I think it's really cool how we can prove that Jesus walked this earth and other aspects of the Bible as well. I am not much of a nonfiction reader, so this does intimidate me a little bit, how big it is, but this is something that I really am passionate about and really curious about, so I do want to read this eventually. Next we'll get into...
I have not read that. It is a big, chunky book with lots of nonfiction stuff inside of it, and y'all saw I never even read like the tiny nonfiction book, so yeah, I do still own it. I would like to read it, but the motivation to read nonfiction is just not nearly as high. So yeah, but I'm sure it has good stuff in there.
Through my thrift store finds, and I think these are the most fun. I love thrift store shopping in general anyway. It's kind of like scavenger hunting, but I especially love looking for books because they are so much cheaper than buying them brand new. And again, it feels like a little treasure hunt or scavenger hunt or something, because you see something that somebody recommended or that you've seen on YouTube or BookTube, and you find it and you're like, oh my goodness. So a lot of these I had a little moment in the thrift store. Alright, so the first one I saw the end cover and I was like, oh my goodness, it looks like those Bible studies that I've already looked into, I've already done, and yay, it's by the same company, Lifeway. It is Better, a Study of Hebrews by Jen Wilkin, and that was the same author as this book. So it was basically brand new. Like there's like one page with, I don't even know if I showed you anything. It's got a little bit of pencil writing, and I actually found another copy at another thrift store for 25 cents. So I got that for my friend, and we're gonna do this one together. I got this book.
Okay, that never happened. Have yet to do that study. Still own it. I mentioned this in a recent video I did, where I have a lot of Bible studies that I do want to do. However, I am trying to read the Bible chronologically first, because I've never read the whole Bible before. So I'm trying to get through that first, and then kind of getting into specific Bible studies outside of just doing them with my church. So that still has not happened yet, but it very well could in the future.
For 25 cents. It doesn't have the cover, but I don't care because it was 25 cents. How could you not? It's called Present Over Perfect by Shauna Nyquist, and I've seen someone recommend this one. I don't remember what it's about, but I recognized it, so I bought it. Gentle.
Okay, I also am uncertain of the author and it just did not make that cut to come up to Indiana, so I no longer own it. Not a huge loss, because apparently I only paid 25 cents for it. And this book that I'm about to show, I don't know how much I'll explain about it, but it was a book that circulated around BookTube at one point, and I still personally have not read it. I do still own it.
Slowly, The Heart of Christ for Sinners and Sufferers by Dane Ortland. I think her name, Books and
There it
Jams,
is.
I think is her channel name. She's doing a read-along this month in June for this book, and I had been wanting to read it because it was in her video, like she's doing the read-along, and then I think Oshina had picked this up, like someone gave it to her or something. So I wanted to pick this up, and then like the next day I went to the thrift store, and it was like lying on the big old pile of books. Like there was a massive pile of books that were not organized whatsoever, and I really wanted to fix it, but that's not my job. But it was sitting on top, and I was like, yay! It was 25 cents, and I was looking for it, and it was a good day. I got The Case for Christ and The Case for Faith, and then I didn't even know there was a study guide by Lee Strobel, so I went ahead and bought that.
Okay, these particular editions, except for the study guide, the editions I no longer have because I personally hate mass markets because they are so different on my shelves. You can't really display them well with like regular size books, so I just personally don't like that. So I did hold on to them for a while. I have read the kids version of A Case for Christ. I need to actually read the adult version. But anyways, I've since gotten other editions that are like regular sized books. So I do still own the titles, but not those specific editions. And I do still own the study guide.
Maybe it was 25 cents. I don't remember. It was really cheap. And then these ones, I think I got for like $1.25 from Miracle Hill. These two. I think this one I got at the same store as these ones. So all of these are 25 cents each.
That was a good thrift store.
At it was a private thrift store, so it wasn't like a main chain one, but love that. I got Ben-Hur by Lou Wallace, and I only know about this book because of the Charlton Heston's Ben-Hur, which is a really good movie, classic, made back in the day. Really good though. So I didn't even know it was a book until I think I heard about it on BookTube somehow. But anyways, it's an interesting copy. I think it has like, yeah, it has little illustrations. I found it for $1.25 at what's it called? Home with a Heart, I think is what. There's several thrift store chains in my area at least. Also found.
Okay, so the Ben-Hur, I never read it and I unhauled it because I had heard from several people that I trust their reviews. They said it was very dry and boring, and I knew that it would just not be a book that I would get to anytime soon because classics are just generally not my thing. So I did not make the cut to Indiana. I am holding Piercing the Darkness by Frankie Peretti. I have not read it, but I do still own it.
Piercing the Darkness by Frankie Peretti. $1.25 at the Home with the Heart as well. I think that's what it's called. This one as well at that same store. Risen by Angela Hunt. 75 cents for this one. I watched the movie for the first time this year during Easter, and I really liked it, so I want to see the book that inspired it.
I did read Risen, and I no longer own it. I think I rated it like 3 stars. I like the movie way better. The book has this weird romance storyline in there, which is very rare for me to say that I did not care for the romance. So yeah, I like the general overall story, but the romance really took it down for me. So definitely recommend the book, the movie over the book actually. But yeah, no longer own that one.
Here's my third Francine Rivers book, The Atonement Child, and I got this one at another private thrift store.
Okay, The Atonement Child I no longer own. Did not make the purge up to Indiana because I figured it would probably be one that would be really hard for me to read because it is about relating to the topic of abortion. And yeah, I probably would be more willing to read it nowadays, but I think I'll just probably pick it up from the library or something because, again, Francine Rivers is really popular and it'd probably be easy to get a hold of her books at the library.
And I got these 3 books for 25 cents each at Another Home with a Heart. I'm having a Mary Hart in a Martha World by Joanna Weaver. Hello. I think my church had done a study or something with this book. One of my fellow churchgoers told me about it, so I wanted to pick it up.
Okay, I have not read that one. I do still own it. I think it would be good based on the recommendation I just talked about. The book I'm about to hold up, The Power of a Praying Woman. Again, I've heard some weird things about this author, so I went ahead and unhauled it because, again, nonfiction is not typically my thing, and if I so choose to get it later, I'm sure I could find it. But yeah, I unhauled that one, didn't make it to Indiana.
The Power of a Praying Woman by Stormy O'Martian. And then The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. How could you not? 25 cents.
I have read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but I have since unhauled this edition to get a better edition. This one was just not my favorite. I just got it to have it, I guess, as part of my collection, but I found a better edition later on, so that one no longer sits on my shelves, but I do love that book.
I've never seen this edition before. Oh, I think it's the movie edition. It's got movie pictures in it, but I really wanted the classic one, but it was 25 cents. Now I'm getting into the last few books, and all of these were full free. I found this Colleen Coble book, A Heart's Home, book 6, but it was free. It was in a little library at the beach, and I went to 5 or 6 little libraries, and there was nothing except for, there was one other kids book that I grabbed, but this was the other adult book. This was the other book I found that was Christian fiction. I don't even care that it's book 6. I'll get the other ones maybe, but it was free. Alright, so
I never got the other books, hence it did not make the cut. I was like, I haven't even read book 1. I have to read 5 books before this one. I am a linear reader. I can't just read book 6 just out of the blue. So yeah, even though it's a tiny little book, I unhauled it.
I also went to a marriage retreat that was hosted by my husband's military unit. It was Christian based, so there were several free books that I got to get. The marriage retreat was based on this book, Laugh Your Way to a Better Marriage by Mark Gungor. He is a pastor out in Wisconsin. Yes. And I have read the book. The marriage retreat was based on a video presentation he did. I think he might have written the book after, one of the two, but either before or after. But it's really similar to the presentation. So if you can't do the presentation, you can buy it on his website, I think. Or if your military unit does something similar, you can ask about it. But I prefer the presentation because he is hilarious. His presentation of things is hilarious. His voices and sounds and things he does is it's like watching a comedy show. But I could hear his voice whenever I was reading this book, and it was a little bit more in depth than the presentation. So it's still really, really good if you are interested. I think I rated it 4 stars. And then I asked.
That book I have talked about a few times on my channel. I actually did a dedicated video about this as part of a YouTube book chain thing, so I'll try to remember to link it in the description box. I go into more detail, but yeah, I still own that one, and I have read it.
So got Sex and the Supremacy of Christ by John Piper and Justin Taylor. Created for Connection, the Hold Me Tight Guide for Christian Couples, 7 Conversations for a Lifetime of Love by Dr. Sue Johnson with Kenneth Sanderford. So, it was free. Alright, I have...
I've not read either of those yet, but I do believe I still own both of them.
3 books that I got from one of the most unlikeliest of places that I would have thought to get a book, and that was my gym. I am definitely not a workout person, but I do enjoy that gym, and they get extra brownie points in my book because they have a bookshop with free Christian books, so I was super excited. I got The Passion of Jesus Christ by John Piper, that same author actually.
I never read that one. It did not make the cut up here.
Complete Book of Who's Who in the Bible by Philip Crawford and Walter A. Elwell. Y'all, the whole like back and forth thing, I need me a cheat sheet.
Oh, I was like, what am I talking about? Okay, I do still, yep, I still own that book. It's more of a reference type of book. Yeah, I haven't used it as a reference yet, but you know, you never know, I guess.
And then I was super excited to find this one on the free gym bookshelf, free giveaway book. I was excited to find it. Bookshop by the Sea by Denise Hunter. I'm currently reading it now. I haven't gotten very far, but it's summer and I want to read sea summery books. So I've been wanting to grab this one, and it happened again. It was free on the shelf. I was like, yes. The last 3.
All right, I did read that one. I finished it, and it was like a 3-star. It was just an okay read for me. Again, not a contemporary reader. No longer own that book.
I got through giveaways. I got all 3 within the same week of each other, so it was a good week. Like, I never went anything, much less 3 things the same week, much less books. So I was really excited. First one was To Steal a Heart, the Blecker Street Inquiry Agency by Jen Turano, and it's autographed. Let me show you. Yay! To Steal a Heart, All the Best by Jen. And I got a little bookmark as well. And then
I feel so bad, but I have not read that one. I do still own it because I feel like I need to read it, and I've heard, well, I've read one book by Jen so far, and it was funny, so all of her books are funny, from what I've heard, so.
Last 2 for this book haul, I got from Melanie Kelsey for 6th anniversary booktube giveaway, and I won 2 from her. Like I said, never happens to me. I was so excited. The first one is The Secret of Pembroke Park by Julie Klassen. And then the second one is Dauntless by Dinah L. Slyman. I'm really excited to read these 2 because these are 2 of her favorites. I got them in a giveaway, so I'm going to read these at some point, but
at some point still has not happened yet. I feel so bad. I never read any of these books. I do still own them because I would like to try them out, especially since they're some of Melanie's favorite books. And yeah, I still have them on my shelves. We'll see what I think of them, but yeah, I haven't read them yet.
I'm really excited. I'm excited about all these books. I know I've said that like 15 bajillion times, but I love books, and I hope you enjoyed that. All my ramblings about where I found books. But thank you.
Yep, okay, I'll just stop it there. Those are all the books that I got that year and what ended up happening to them. I did not keep track while I was watching. I'm gonna have to go back and edit and like count as I watch how many I actually read, how many I still own, how many I got rid of, all the things. So I will put the final count here of how I did. I think just from looking back and not having an exact number, I read more than I thought I did, but I definitely could have done a lot better. So I have a video, I think it was the one before this one, about reading my shelves to 0, and I talk about how I want to be more cognizant of the books I buy and be more intentional about having a smaller physical TBR so I don't have this type of situation where it's basically a waste of money and time that I got these books and just kind of ended up getting rid of them. And so yeah, I want to be better about having a smaller TBR, and yeah, But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it so far in this video, please leave me your favorite emoji in the comments. Love hearing from y'all. Let me know if you have read any of these books and what you thought of them. But thank you so much. Bye, y'all.